So the little training that we're going to include in today's newsletter is how to fade food rewards. If you're a reward-based trainer and you're using high-value food rewards, there's a procedure to correctly fade using food rewards on a continual basis. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But what this is what this little videotape is, it's part of a little clip out of my basic dog obedience video that I just finished on September 18th, 2018. Basic dog obedience was the first videotape I ever did back in 1982. Over the years, I updated it, I redid it. This current version, and it's going to be the last version, I've worked on it truthfully for the last couple of years because I want to get it right. I don't want to redo it. There's going to be new things that come out, new little tricks that people can use, but overall, I think it's the best basic dog obedience video that I've ever done, and I haven't seen any that are better than that. But what we're going to do over the coming newsletters is I'm going to pull little parts out of that basic dog obedience video, both the online course, the DVD and the stream, which basically the DVD and the stream are the same. The online course has 4 hours more videotape in it than the 3-hour DVD. And there's a bunch of little parts like this, how to fade food rewards. One of the coming newsletters is going to be in a reward-based system when you are using free shaping or whether you're using luring, when to add the command to go with the behavior that you're using. So that's going to come in one of the next newsletters. Then, on top of that, there's a number of other ones that I'm going to put out just because I think it will show people the quality of information that's in the basic dog obedience video, and hopefully new trainers are going to buy it. I think they will. Then on top of that though, Cindy and Macy just got back from Michael Ellis's school out in California, and they went out to film with Erica Dugan, who is one of Michael's best instructors. They went out to film a scent work detection video for those folks that are interested in nose work or scent work. And they had a 5-day class. They filmed lectures on Saturday and Sunday before the 5-day class, and then they went through and filmed 5 days of training with, I want to say there was 15 or 17 dogs in there. And it's going to be a great video. We're starting to do the editing procedure on that, and we're going to throw some of that training into future newsletters so you can see what's coming down the road. They also filmed a walkthrough of Michael Ellis's school, and it's very interesting. He's had his school open for a couple of years. It's filled all the time. Hands down, it's the best dog training school in the United States. I don't think anything else compares to it. And you're going to get a feel for what the school is like from these videos. And then on top of that, we asked Michael to give a little talk on, we've done a lot of videotapes with Michael, and he's one of our most popular instructors. And we asked him to give a talk because we get this question all the time: what order should I buy the Michael Ellis's DVDs or online courses so that I get the most of it? And Michael's did a little talk. We're going to put that in a newsletter in the coming weeks. And we did a little filming. Michael has a new puppy from his breeding program, and we filmed some training that he did with that. It's going to be great in the newsletter. So we've got some good stuff coming in these future newsletters. But with that said, let's go on and watch the little clip or the little segment out of Basic Dog Obedience on how to fade food rewards in a reward-based system where you use continuous rewards and you want to fade them. This talk is how you fade food rewards. When we start our training, we're on a continuous reward basis. That means we reward our dog for every single time they do the behavior that we ask. One of the things that people need to understand is if you stay on a continuous reward schedule for too long, and by that I mean like a year and a half, it's darn near impossible to fade the food reward. Maybe not impossible, but when you stop using food, the behavior goes right away because the dog just thinks, it doesn't happen anymore, I'm not getting it anymore. So, the thing to kind of wrap your mind around is when your dog gets fluent in a behavior that you're doing, when your dog reaches fluency, it's time to start to think about fading the food reward to either a variable or a random reward basis. Now, what does that mean? A variable reward basis means that you're going to reward your dog every second time it does a behavior, or every third time it does a behavior, or every fourth time, or every fifth time that it does a behavior. That's variable. A random reward schedule is, I'm going to feed my dog, I'm going to reward my dog for the second time, then the fourth time, then the fifth time, then the first time, then the third time. So there's no sequence that the dog can figure out. It's a random reward schedule. What you find out with doing this is that builds drive within the dog. When we start to go to a variable, rewarding them every second time, every third time, they start to think, you know, if I try a little bit harder, I'm going to get my reward. I must have done something wrong, so I've got to do it right, so I'm going to do it faster and quicker to get my reward. And that just transfers into the random reward system also. There's been a lot of research done on dopamine in animals with variable and random reward schedules, and how when they are faded at the right time and the right way, the dopamine goes way up in the dog's brain, and it just builds drive for the exercise. It builds drive for work. Keep that in mind though. Keep in mind though that if you stay on a fixed reward basis for 2 years, you're not going to be able to do a variable or a random reward system. It's just not going to work for you. So the key is reach fluency, put your dog on a variable reward system, continue to work, and then put your dog on a random reward system. Use rewards for the rest of your dog's life. There is nothing wrong with going out and rewarding a 10-year-old dog that you've trained with food for a long time, on and off, variable, random. There's nothing wrong that when you go for a walk with your dog that's 3 years old and you've been doing marker training since he's 2 weeks or since he's 8 weeks old, take your food with you. Ask for a look, ask for a hand touch, ask him to jump up on the rock as a touchpad. Ask him to put his feet up on it and give him a food reward for doing it. It builds the drive for the dog wanting to train, wanting to learn, wanting to go with you on a walk, and wanting to interact with you. You'll find that dogs enjoy training when we use our rewards correctly.